Hello, everybody who's watching this video. This is my first YouTube video on this channel, and it's gonna be on the Microbit. And you might heard things about it, you might not. But on this video, we're just gonna be talking about the multiplayer engine that I made. It's like you can play with two different microbits, and you can see each other on your screen. And you're probably just like, okay, you're just gonna show me the code. Okay, I'll explain how it works, but I'm not gonna recode it because that would be too time consuming for the video. But let's start by saying what variables you would be using. You would need cloud player, px, that means the player x position, py is the player y position, score, and signal. You can just click make a variable to make it all. Now yeah, that's that. So let me go and break it up into this. I should have did this off screen. It's okay, you guys can see the process. So when we start the game, when we click this, we want to clear the screen so anything on display is gonna be gone. And then we're gonna call reset. This is reset, and on reset, we set our signal. You can change it to anything, any number. It doesn't really matter. I just put a random number here. I'm not sure if it even handles decimals, but set signal. Then we go inside radio here, and then we get this, and then we just drag the signal into here. So you got that taken care of. Now you got the player X and the player Y. That's where we're gonna spawn the player when it starts. This is the X and this is the Y. So it's gonna be 2. Since computers start at 0, it's gonna be 1, 2, and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we got that taken care of. Now let's set the player. That's the player. We make a variable for it, and we go inside advanced, and then you'll have game. This is where we're gonna use all the dark green blocks are gonna be in dark green in game, and it should be, yeah, just get player. Let's get the variable, then stuff this in, and then put px and py. We're using variables for a very important reason. Then we also got cloud player. That's the other player that you're playing with, and it's gonna go on the exact same spawn as you, because that's the best way. Every game has a spawn point, and yeah. Now let's we have the cloud player. That's the brightness, and then we set it to 180. So as you can see, the brightness makes like the player, this is a player, and this is the cloud player, and they're different brightnesses so you can tell the difference, which one is your player and which one is the cloud player, and it's switched up for the person on the other side. I also forgot to tell you that this works for any Microbit model. So if you have a V1, it would work, and if you have a V2, it would work. So you don't have to worry about that. So that's reset. And forever we call the game loop. And then in the game loop we just call screen blitz. That's just our updating it. Also, we also have another forever loop, and that's just basic player movement. If the A button is pressed, it goes backwards by -1. And then we also, when B button is pressed, we go forward by 1. And the wait, 100 milliseconds, is because we don't want them to it'll be way too fast. Like, this is what happens. See? It just teleports to the end. We have no control over it. So pausing is very important, so don't leave that out. Don't make it set the if condition, yeah. And let's go to the screen blitz here. So on the screen blitz, we set the positions of the player X to PX and player Y to PY. But this is when multiplayer starts kicking in. That's when we send the radio. This is what we use the radio for. So we send a value. This name of it's gonna be called X. Make sure it is like how I set it up. And it's gonna be the player X. And the same thing for the Y value. Now, when I receive it, so if our name is equal to X, so if this right here, this is the name, if it's equal to X, that means that is giving us the X value. So then we set the cloud player on the other side, and we set the X to the value. And then we do the same thing for the Y, but for the Y value. And if we put all of this together, it should work. Here. A flawless engine, and it'll work on both sides. This shows it only on V1, but it would work on V2 because I have a V2 and I tested it out on the V1 connecting to the V2, and it works. So that's the end of this video, and hope you enjoyed.